Hello, my beautiful, beautiful people. This is Val. This is how you do it. And I have my coffee right here. And I'm sitting down here checking out my new phone. Um, and doing a few videos. I see I'm looking this way. Well, that's fine. I'm showing the coffee. That's the main thing, huh? Got me a nice, beautiful cup of coffee here. And close that up. And it is good and hot too. Let's see what flavor Willa gave me today. Look at it. Look at that. I can't tell if it's French vanilla or hazelnut. Gotta taste it again. Mm. Hazelnut. Hazelnut. Mm. Trying to think about what they talk to y'all about. It's a new year. I just had a birthday. I enjoyed my birthday. All went well. Saw one of my children for my birthday. Vincent showed up um, with his mask on. And he was seeing all the well wishes on Facebook, the birthdays, happy birthdays, whatever, and the happy birthdays for the other kids. But Vincent actually lived here, so he said he gonna do one better. He gonna drop by. Well, he bought me something to drink because I usually have champagne on my birthday, but I didn't get any this time, and Willie didn't get any either. But he popped up with a 40, a Corona 40. He said, I said there were no 40s in Montgomery, and they show them on TV all the time. But they had started selling 40s here, and he came up with a 40, and he had that to me once he had me the 40. I said, "Oh, thank you, thank you, thank you," And then he pulled out one of those um projectors that you put your phone in and project off the wall to watch a movie with. Like, yeah. And then I said, okay, then I could hug them and stuff. Well, cause I put the mask on, turn my head and hug like that. And then he on the other hand, and then he had me a tennis bracelet. And I said, thank you. He surprised me. And I was just, how I get when people surprise me with gifts, just like a kid. hmm And Willie got me the phone, cause he saw how I was just tapping on the phone to get it to stop. Cause some videos were like 9 minutes long, but then I tap, 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 and then I had to wait till it run out of space and ran for about an hour. And I used the direct power direct, or the active direct, to edit the video and cut it down to the time where I said, when I said my goodbyes, saying hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that everything button, and then I went to do like that to cut it off. Well, at that particular point, I cut the video so y'all just get that, but it had ran for several, like an hour, And then I would be talking and trying to fill that hour up. And then I say, I'm not going to put that hour long video on there. Because sometimes I was just sitting there so disgusted, look, and just waiting on the time to run out on it. So I cut all that out, and then I uploaded the video, and y'all didn't see all of that. So Willie got me another phone, like the upgrade. When you have a phone service, you go and get an upgrade. That's all it was, to the next level. And this particular phone has 3 cameras on it, and the I think a shuttle, or what, I don't know what all it is. Just the 3 cameras. They told me that it had the zoom factor on it, but I have not found any zoom on it. I think they just lied to me to get me to take this particular phone. But my thing is, why tell somebody that? And I went there and I told them my needs, what I wanted, because the zoom thing I wanted was because I wanted, when I'm eating food, I wanted the food to be real close to the camera, so I can have like 6 shrimp and it looked like a lot of shrimp, cause it's up at the camera like that. And the reason it's this close right now, I actually have the tripod over my lap and not standing away from me, and then it had the camera up some pointing down on me, so it's not on the floor on me. I just got it close to me. So it's a way to do the skin a catch, y'all. Tonya called me and told me that Jalea got the ring lighting that goes over the phone, so you'll have that professional lighting around your phone. So I already had a tripod. Valdez got me this tripod probably 3 years ago for my camera, and the only reason I haven't been using that because my tablet don't accept the videos. They say the format is not the same, so that's why I started using my phone also. And now that I'm using the tripod, I'm using the tripod that I had for my camera. I'm using it for my phone, and then I got the legs short, and that's how I put it across my lap, and I'm sitting here with it across me like this, and it's right at my thigh kind of way, my knees kind of way. hmm And I looked on eBay for that circle light, what you call it, the ring light that goes around the phone, to give you that professional lighting. Because right now I have a light on right here, and then I'm using the ceiling light. And hopefully when I get that ring light, y'all will see a better video, or a more professional video, even though it would be coming from my phone. I didn't do anything to my hair. I woke up like this, y'all. I went to sleep on my hair. Um, I took it down for my birthday. This is the 3rd. You're probably getting this video on the 4th, because I do my videos. Try to do one in advance, but I don't know if you getting one for the day. But we'll see. I think you got one for the 3rd. I may have not did a video yesterday. I was at the phone company. I went on the west side to get my phone, because those people supposedly know about young people that texting and videos and stuff like that. But then they didn't. One of them was on the phone the whole time I was there. Well, anyway, right outside the place, there was a car accident, fender bender. Nothing really major. Honey, the police end up having to show up. I think 2 or 3 cars. Cause them folks tried to fussing, and I think somebody said that it was some gunfire behind it. But I didn't hear the gunfire. But there's some of the people outside said that they were shooting. I was like, well, we left our gun at the house. Well, anyway, it was something. But they wasn't really shooting. I didn't see that. I mean, they were standing around out there with several policemen out there. And then I guess the folks was in the back of the police car. That the police didn't pull no gun that I could see. Thank you, Jesus. Because everybody waiting around to film something, too. Because we were right at the doggone metro. And everybody, and the boy just was on his phone the whole time. And I was ready to turn mine on. Ain't that happen. And I ain't see no shooting like they say. I think they just heard the fender bender, the crack, the bump of the cars. But them folks get out. Somebody hit your car, they get out fussing. I guess that's all that was. I don't know why. Well, they could have called the police, y'all. That's why the police were there. When you have a fender bender, you call the police because you want your insurance to pay off, right? That's all that was. They tried to make it more than what it was. I've been watching my 600-pound life, and child, watching this make me not want to eat. I be watching them people and it be breakfast time or something like that. Make me not even want to cook now. Make me not want to put nothing in my mouth watching them. Well, them people be in bad shape when they go to the doctor. I didn't know that on this program, some of the people died and they actually, filmed those people all the way through. And then at the end, they died. They didn't make it because they didn't do what they needed to do. And some of them did get the surgery at the end and died a month or so later. I was like, oh my gosh, it's just awful. I was going to put the mic on this to see how it works with the eating sounds. Also, I haven't tried that. When I played the video back on this, I didn't hear any sound come out of it, so I don't know what to do about the sound part just yet. I'm still learning it, y'all. I don't know yet. It's still a work in progress. And looking at it, the camera is really, really pretty. The background is so colorful. With the 3 cameras, what the guy told me about the 3 cameras is that one camera catches the face, and then it catches the background, you know, really good. And it's supposed to be another view. It catches you in different angles. So I'm like, well, I think that sounds good to me. I'll bring it up a little bit. That's the tripod, you loosen it, then you can move it up and you could turn it or whatever you need to do with it. Willie just finished his walk. He is so faithful with that. I'm so proud of him. And it helps. I should be filming Willie fixing this scooter. He's putting I got him for Christmas. I got him a basket for the scooter, because when we go in the store, you know how you get those scooters in the store that have a basket on it, but our scooter don't come with a basket on it. They make the scooter that we have for, they put the basket on the back of it, but I wanted the basket on the front because Willie can get what he wanted, put it in the basket in the front. But that particular scooter right there is not even made for you to put the basket on the front. So what we're doing is we're attaching a shopping basket to a scooter that don't even, there's no way to even put a basket on it. So we bought some holes and iron and stuff like that, screw bolts and screws to extend a pole coming out like that, and then one go up and then hold the basket. Because I got the basket by faith. I kind of said I believe he would know what to do, and he would. And he's very handy that way. So I said maybe I should film that for people that have those scooters and they want a basket on the front when they go shopping, because they're not totally disabled. Willa can still walk, and it's just that a long distance in a store is a problem. And then when we go to some stores, they don't have scooters available because they be all out. Other people have them. And then sometimes you go there, they don't even have them plugged up. They just be sitting there, and they don't even be moving. And some of them move at a snail pace because the charge is going down. But and Willie got one of them scooters that zip, 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 like he's speeding somewhere. And they always tell him when he go in the store, we gonna ticket you for speeding. So, but he just need his own basket because he can't carry everything in his lap. And then, he be getting stuff and coming, trying to find me going down the aisles and try to put it in the shopping cart. But sometimes I be want him to say, be more independent. And if he want to go shopping, he can just go when he want to. Because sometimes he be want to buy something for me without me being there. But he need to be able to carry it. You know what I'm saying? When he buy 5 or 10 or 20 bags of potato chips, he can go and put them in his basket. I think I should probably film that when he get all the iron and stuff cut up. We have a pole we got from the feed store. That wasn't the feed store, was it, baby? We got that pole from. What's that store called?
Yeah, the feed store.
That's a feed store?
Yeah.
Okay, well, a feed store is what place where you go to buy feed for horses and cows and stuff like that. And they have other stuff in there. So sometimes you can buy metal chains, bolts, and screws and stuff, anything that you need to work around a farm. So the iron that we got now, Willie say he want to get a larger size for the chair. It's a square what?
Square tubing.
Square tubing. And we had got a small square tubing. He said he want to get the next size bigger because he think it'll be more sturdier. So we haven't actually attached it to the chair yet. We took the foot pegs out, and we're gonna extend the foot pegs out a little longer. Well, it got long legs anyway, so that foot peg is a little close anyway. So when we bring the foot pegs out a little longer, and the shopping cart comes out right where the foot pegs at and go straight up, and then no higher than his waist, and that will be fine. So when he sit down, it won't be so close to him that he have to lift his leg and squeeze all through it. So it's coming out and then up, So I think it's going to be just fine for him. But I think that'll be a good thing to how you call DIY project they put on here. So people that want to know how to do that to modify their own scooter chair, that they can modify it. Because it's so much on YouTube. When you really want to do something, you can just tell YouTube what you're trying to do, and it's a video about it, child. I may need to click on here and ask that question. It may be already a video on how to do that. We may get some ideas from that. What you think, Will?
Yeah.
He said, yeah. But we done measured 4 times and cut one, and now we done changed our mind, ain't it, baby?
Yeah.
He said, "Yo, we didn't cut that iron and then found out we don't want that iron. We want to get another piece."
Too small.
He said, "Too small." And I think the boats are too big. If you go get the other tube and you're gonna get the smaller boats, you're gonna stick with them. That means you got to drill that holes bigger.
I know it.
Well,
The bigger the boat, the better it is.
he said the bigger the boats, the better it is for us the
Stability.
security and the stability of it all.
You little ones, you got to put them real close together all the time.
Little ones, you have to put them closer together. Big ones, you can spread them out. I saw a lady on here on the 600-pound life. Kept beating around the bush and beating around the bush. The lady died. I'm so sad for her. They called that doctor and told him that she passed 8 months into the program. And she had got her surgery and everything. Not 8 months, 10 months, I guess. See, I'm used to trying to see the happy ending of the story. There are a lot of happy endings, but that's just life ain't always a happy ending. Sometimes you have to go through some things. And another thing I saw on here too, most time these big people be molested as children, and they turn to food or they be mistreated. And then you look at these big people, and there are people in stores and stuff. If they go to the store and buy their food, people picking at them and calling them fat, and you need to lose weight. And one lady on here was coming out the store, and then somebody said, "You ought to not block traffic like that." She was walking, but she was walking slow. It was hard for her to walk, and she was out of breath. And then somebody told her, "You need to stop blocking traffic." She said, "Well, I'm handicapped." And she said, "That you think that matter to me?" And I was like, "Oh my gosh, they talk to folks like that?"
Them kind of need shoes.
Huh?
Them kind of folks need shoes.
When they say you need to do something to them kind of folks. I won't say what you said, because we'll need to put that in the air. Do you have them folks over here trying to see who that said that on that video? But you about right. Something need to be done to them. And she was so rude, baby. And then you have them in the store, and these people they was going on the airplane, and they were saying they were going to see the doctor to get some help. And then just walking through the airport, people pointing at them, people laughing and say, "Ooh, that's a big old fat man." Sometimes you just got to bite your tongue if you see something like that. Don't say nothing. Them people going through enough already. Them people almost on their deathbed, and they was going on that airplane to get some help. And then people talking about them. They already shamed and embarrassed on how they got to get 3 seats just to sit down. And then they got to put them in a wheelchair 3 sizes bigger than a normal person just to get them on the plane. And then they got to abort them before everybody else get on there, because they so wide. They got to turn sideways and squeeze themselves in there, and then squeeze in them 3 seats. It's just awful. I'm just talking about the ways people do. When I see stuff like that, my heart just do something like this. You know how your heart go out to people, and then it's not a like, "Ooh, look at that." I don't understand people like that, because my heart be like hurting for them. You get me? Everybody don't hurt for folks like that. I don't understand. But I've been watching it, and I'll be like, It's time to cook. And I be like,
I don't like to watch it.
Willie don't like to watch it, period. He don't even watch it, period.
I
Uh,
feel sorry for people.
he say he feels sorry for him, so we two overcome. I can watch it and have compassion for him and want to help him out. Willie just don't want to see it, period. But that's the caregiver in me, though. You know, women are nurturers and helpers and nurses and all of that all balled up into one. So they just feel for people and take care of people and try to heal people, because that's in their nature. They have to take care of their family, their children, and all of that. And then they remember how they were treated. Because everybody don't go that route and run to food, you know. Some people run to drugs, some people run to alcohol, some people don't run to nothing. They just suffer through it
Some people run to
and
suicide.
heck and go through some type of depression. They be more mental. They just hold it in.
Some of them people commit suicide.
And Willie say some people commit suicide behind that. But some of the stuff these people they tell their story on what happened to them when they was little, and it's some awful things happened to them. But they have to address that to lose the weight, and then they stop feeding that hurt, and because they carry that hurt throughout their adult life, and they try to confront the situation, face it. I believe sometimes when children are mistreated when they're little, and when they get to be teenagers and they confront the situation and it come out and it be a big old argument and all of that kind of stuff, those the people that don't carry that in their adult life. They kind of get it out. They kind of get it out. They don't forget it. They still be mad about it. They still think about it, but they don't hold it on the inside. The people that hold it on the inside, I believe, end up like that, using some kind of substance to self-medicate. Sometimes when we hurt, we self-medicate. We self-medicate with liquor. We self-medicate with beer. We self-medicate with pills. We self-medicate with food. Something to make us feel good, something to make everything better, even if it's just for a little while. So if you just get all of that stuff out, then you won't have to self-medicate. And I think that's the main thing at the end of this. All of them go to therapy. And once they go to therapy, they say, well, go back and talk to your mama. Go back and talk to your daddy. Well, if you can't talk to your mama, you can't talk to your daddy, write a journal, write it down, get it out. I wrote a journal when I was little. Not little, but grown, when I was younger. And then when I went back and read that journal years later, and I saw the hurtful stuff in it, and it kind of stirred it back up, I tore it up and burned it. But I said this, that could have been a book. It could have been a good book. But it was so hurtful to relive it, because when you reread it, you relive it. And that's how powerful the words are on page. They leap off the page and they pull emotions. And I think that would have been a good book. But at the time when I reread it, it was too painful and I burned it. So some people need to write that stuff down, even if they don't mail it or talk to the people about it. Even if they just burn it, they get it out. So that's one way of getting it out. So if you have a problem that you've been dealing with all your life, write it down and release it. Get it out. And then maybe things will be better. And this is Val, but this is how you do it. Take care of yourself and yours. Don't forget to hit that like button, that subscribe button, that everything button. And I appreciate your time listening to me. And I hope this was for somebody, because I wouldn't have brought it up if it wasn't. And I thank you. And I appreciate you. Bye bye now.